Soapbox Kids. Learn more about this fabulous group of young students right after this.
Packers. Viking. Packers. Viking. Viking.
Red state. Blue state. Vegan.
Carnivore.
We come from different places.
Uptown.
Downtown.
Optimist.
We come to different conclusions.
Half empty.
Half full.
But when we live united, we create real, lasting change in the building blocks of life. The education, income, and health of our communities,
Live.
our families,
United.
even the person next to us.
Live united.
Real change won't happen without you. So give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Sign up at liveunited.org.
Welcome to Community Watch. Greg,
That
hey,
your type of show.
a clean show.
Well, I know you're into organic stuff, you're into making stuff, you're into nature, so we're dealing with some soap here.
Yes, but you're into those things too.
Yeah, but not like you.
Maybe not. But I'm very impressed with these items.
Very impressed.
And people have told me that I need to get soap, so this kind of is timely.
Well, I have soap, but still, it's just
Yeah.
I can always use more soap. But we're talking about Soapbox Kids today,
Out of Maine Elementary.
Maine elementary students.
I'm very impressed.
Very impressed.
So we're going to find out more about the manufacture, which may be too strong a word, I don't know, of these soaps from a group out of Maine Elementary. It's an amazing story. Our guests will be with us right after this. Do not go away.
My college offers classes that meet my educational and career goals.
with opportunities outside of the classroom.
Where the faculty know me by name.
My college can prepare me for my career.
I can earn an associate's degree and transfer credits to a bachelor's.
My college is a state college within the university system of Georgia.
My college offers courses that fit my schedule.
It's where excellence begins.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are GHC, Georgia Highlands College.
Welcome back to Community Watch. We're very happy to have with us today Lisa Johnson and Jenny Duke. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And Ms. Johnson, you are a second grade teacher
Yes.
at Maine Elementary.
Mm-hmm.
And Ms. Duke, you are a special needs nurse. Yes. And so somehow this happened out of that. So I guess we need to start with the beginning. So when did you just wake up one day and decide we need to make some soap?
No, it started with Miss Duke bringing me a gift to school one day, and I thought, oh, I love this. So I took it home and I used it, and I thought, I really love this. So the next day I said, Jenny, we got to do this with these kids. Tell me how.
Well, what was the gift?
It was some goat's milk soap from her farm. She had goats. So I thought, I love this soap. But the only holdback was you had to use lye, and I didn't want to bring that in my classroom like that. So I did a little research and came up with the mixture that was already mixed in that was safe for the kids.
Well, let me back up a little bit, because there was something between the part where I like this and we have to make this at school. So there's something in between there. So what made you think that this would be something that would be good for the kids to make?
Well, Nurse Duke is in my class because we have a student that needs her. And so I thought, ooh, we can do this as a STEAM project, writing, and also for Christmas to do something fun for him. And so one day he wasn't at school, and we talked to the children about it, and they were like, okay, we can do this. So we wanted to do something, and I thought, well, I have a project, so
it started out as a potential project for one particular student, and it grew from there.
And it grew.
And Ms. Duke, you spend a lot of time making soap on your own? Is this a thing?
I did. It was a hobby. It was, just kind of a hobby to do, and it was fun. My daughter is in pageants, and she kind of needed a different kind of like a hobby or a talent, and so we kind of got into this, and it just kind of grew from there. It's a lot of fun. It was very time consuming. You did have to use chemicals and things like that. So when we talked about doing it for the classroom, I said, it's good, you can make money, it's fun, and it's something that they can do. We just got to figure out how you can't have the chemicals. So that's what we did next.
I got an idea. You know where I'm going with this, right?
I never know where you're going.
Foundation camp.
Oh.
We gonna make soap at foundation camp. Goat milk soap. But we need to get a.
We can't have any chemicals.
We need no. She said they don't use the chemical. We need to get a cast so we can, when the soap come out, it comes out with our logo on the soap.
Oh,
itself.
no, that's cool.
Yeah. So every kid.
That's cool.
Anyway, let's get back to the show.
I love that. You guys could print that out on that 3D printer.
And we could
out.
use some assistants as well, don't you?
Exactly.
Yeah, people who know what they're doing.
Yeah. To help come guide.
You know how to find me? We would love to do that.
So I'm curious. So then you made it for this particular student, and it was fun, and everybody enjoyed it. Then you said, you know what? Being a great teacher, you said, let's take this, let's grow it, let's make it bigger, let's make it into a class project. I'm assuming. And so then it just went. So now, I mean, you're selling, right?
We are selling. We are selling. We keep some in the office because people just drop by and say, I saw your article. Can I buy some soap? So,
or word of mouth.
Yes, and word of mouth.
So let me go back. So no grants, nothing. I mean, this is basically something that just came out of your classroom. And I guess this is something that's still basically out of your classroom. Okay.
It is.
So, I don't know. I guess I'm thinking if I were to go to some kids, especially maybe boys, and say, we're going to make some soap, I don't know that would excite them too much.
You know what? It's my little boys that's more excited than the girls.
Were they initially, or was it?
They were. They were hooked when I said,
beginning.
Here's some scents, here's some soap coloring. Come up with something. I need men colors. I need men scents. And they took off with it.
And I guess the excitement about mixing the different things with the goat milk and things of that nature. We don't want your secret, but I'm saying because I see different colors. This one's translucent. I mean, so I'm assuming there's a process y'all have perfected with this.
It's definitely been experimental with colors and different things. Like what you picked up has peppermint in it, so it's a peppermint for Christmas.
That's peppermint?
It is.
It is.
As far as, you asking about the boys being excited and all, it was tied into science and tied into stuff. So we were already studying steam and stuff like that. So it
solids, liquids, gases. So it all just tied right in.
And were you able to use the regular classroom space for this?
That's our workspace. That's our business, as they say.
But you know what? But that's what we want kids to be thinking about.
Say.
This is business. This is
our business.
real world. You know, how can you take this real world? I mean, that's really what you want at the end of the day. Can you take a concept from from the idea, you master the concept, you do what you need to do, formulate it, and then the production of it. I mean, that's really what we want as teachers. We want our kids to be able to take it from the idea to the real. So
we even let them come up with the pricing of it. So they were like, don't price too high, nobody's going to buy it. I thought, that's true.
Yeah.
Advertisement, they add. We had a principals meeting, and we had students talk about, our soap and to come by it, and they were advertising.
And the board stopped by, so they even do the wrapping, all the packaging you see.
So how many? So the name of the company is Soapbox Kids. All right, and so how many kids are we talking about that are involved?
24.
Right, we have 24 kids. My class and Miss Ray's class also helps out. Usually in my class we'll do the mixing, and then we have to have the packaging. So when we get so much, both classes have to help. Or sometimes I'm like, okay, Miss Ray's class, you got to come up and help make soap today too. We got a big order. So
this is great. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know if you have plans for how big this could possibly get.
I'm curious about the process. Not that you want to go into it, but I'm wondering, okay, because you're taking goat's milk, and is it a kit or y'all mixing it yourself? Is it dyes? I mean, what's partly involved with all of this?
Well, like I said, you know, we didn't want to bring the actual lye within the
Lye,
room. So we found a product that had everything mixed, and I usually do the cutting because I don't want them to cut the bar. It's a big bar. And we cut it apart into small cubes. And then I'm standing there with them, and they have to melt it down over a double boiler, and then we separate it out into little cups and let them decide whatever fragrance or color they want. And they pour it into the molds. And
So
it
did
sets
y'all
up.
create your own molds, or did y'all use different stuff? Or did
We
you buy
have
molds?
not done that, but with foundation camp and making a mold set, we want one with a goat's head, hint, hint.
A goat's head.
Right now, we're
nice.
using, or Soapbox.
Yeah.
Right now, we're using brownie molds, pie pans, and
I bet you we could. I mean, through the makerspace and through the 3D printer at the school, at the Georgia Highlands.
Well, what about a Soapbox car mold?
I love it.
That would be cool.
That would be cool too. So we need to start working on some molds.
Yes,
for
we
the
need some
for the
molds.
students.
Yes, we do.
So so you kind of start out with a big slab of
Yes.
soap that isn't
That has nothing in it.
nothing in it, and then you have to melt it down.
Melt it down.
and then put it into molds from there.
With your coloring.
So
or
it's not
oatmeal
so
or
there's no
cinnamon
color
or
either.
honey. No coloring. So whatever you want.
You know, it's interesting because I buy like black soap and oatmeal soap from Purely You and Beauty. Now I tend to like those soaps. I don't tend to like the commercial soaps, and they're more organic and natural. But you know, you have them with oatmeal in them. You have them with different things in the soap, and I prefer that. I know I can be a pretty man, but I just like that, you know. And so I can see this, and I'm just thinking myself, because I'm one of those people that like to tinker. You know, just how a lot of people probably just would enjoy the process of just making soap like this. So I can see how it could appeal to kids.
Yes.
And it's a trial and error. There are some things that we have put in there, like the orange peel, that we think, well, maybe that's not, such a good idea.
It turned out worse for him if you look at it.
But they learned it from
the
that.
trial
They
and
did.
error.
They did. We put rose petals in one, and a few days later it was black. I thought, oh, I don't like that.
I would do that.
But it was beautiful at first.
Was the soap, was it like this clear?
We did a creamy kind, and after a few days it kind of
I could have sold that.
Well, it was beautiful at first. It really was.
We may need to take on a partner.
Yes, I think we have one.
Well, I'm impressed. So all of these are just molds y'all found.
Greg is actually holding like a meatloaf mold pan. We sliced it down with a knife with those ridges. So we're trying to keep it low cost. Things we have at home.
So is it funded totally out of, how's it funded?
Out of my pocket and Jen's pocket.
So y'all basically fund this out of your pocket.
Yeah.
Traditional,
We started it.
traditional
Yeah, we started.
teachers doing traditional what
Traditional
teachers
things.
do,
Yeah, of course.
reaching into your own pocket. Well, hopefully after this show, you can generate enough sales that you won't have to go into your pocket anymore. Because I just think the novelty and the fact that kids are doing some hands-on project-based learning, which we talk about a lot,
Of
project-based learning. But it's hard to do project-based learning a lot of times, and y'all clearly have found a way to do it at a low cost in the classroom.
Yes, they want to do it every day. I had to say, okay, Fridays is the day. Because of course you have to do other things, but they love it.
Well, we know every parent will have a gift this year.
Of course they will.
Are you keeping up with demand
We are.
at this point?
We are at this point. Our secretary of school has been great. She'll go, all right, we got an order, So we'll say, okay, give us till so-and-so day to get it ready, get it out.
Well, we're coming up on a break here. When we come back, we're going to talk more about the Soapbox Kids business. which is about to blow up, I think. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this.
Looks like it's done.
Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So learn the right temperature to cook each type of meat. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
Welcome back to Community Watch. We're talking with Lisa Johnson and Jenny Duke of Maine Elementary, who have created a business that teaches Soapbox kids making soap in school and selling it. Tell me, I guess, some of the things that you've been able to use this project to teach in the class.
We've done informational writing, where they had to tell everything they used and the process. We've done it with science. We were doing solids, liquids, and gases. Of course, it's a liquid, and then it turns back into a solid, so we did that. Just the art of it all, too. Everything's different, and making their own creations. It's just been great.
I would think
Mathematics.
And yes, math, measuring things out.
plus counting the money.
Of course.
There's some math in that.
Economics, advertising. I would just think it's a
It's
lesson.
everything.
Yeah.
It covers everything.
Well, you know, really, schools are pushing. Well, so we're supposed to be moving toward more PBL, project-based learning, where kids actually develop and create things such as this, and you go through the whole gambit of learning modules. I mean, you go through the English language arts, you go through the math, the science, and so that because we teach pretty much now, we teach concepts, but we really very seldom give kids opportunities to actually put it into work. And so this is one of those opportunities where they can actually see why this is important. For instance, if you put too much scent in the soap, what happens? You know, and so
We've had
why?
to remelt down some things.
And color.
Yes.
And color, yeah.
Because you don't want to turn anybody green or. So we do.
Well, some of these molds are pretty impressive. I mean, this box of little soaps. What is this mold?
That is a brownie, the mini brownie mold.
Really?
That's in that shape, yes.
And you know that's some bathroom soaps right there.
Of course.
You see those with your grandmother.
We have learned that the silicone molds are
Yes.
so much easier because they just pop out.
They just
And we're always looking at yard sales or even
I'm thinking 3D.
Goodwill.
I'm thinking 3D printing modes. How would they work? We're gonna figure this out.
If it's a silicone base, it pops out so easily. Yes.
Now this one. Let me move our cup, which is. This is pretty impressive. here.
That set was donated by Janice Singleton. She had some extra sets, and I thought, are you serious? Because they're so beautiful. And so we decided to use those.
You can see those, but
And so it's actually soap in the glass.
Soap in a dish, kind of like a soap dish concept, kind of.
I just think that's so an interesting way of learning. You know, I can see kids being excited, and I can see how that also could contribute to behavior. That if you know Friday is Soapbox Day, but your behavior has been, so now you have some
I
leverage.
don't even have behavior really when we're doing it. It's just,
yeah.
you know, they're excited about doing it. And everybody's working, and it's noise, but it's that good noise, if you will. You know, they're talking and
so
getting it accomplished.
what are the prices?
$3 for a single bar and $5 for a set.
So a set is like
A set would be like, you know, something with your dish.
This is soap that looks like a piece of pie.
The kids said it was cheesecake.
Cheesecake.
Just don't bite it.
Cheesecake.
Now, actually, I think this is underpriced for $5, but you got 2 pieces of soap in here.
Well, you know, you're not the only one that's told us that.
People,
I'm just saying.
Several people have said that to us. So.
I'm just saying.
Yes.
Now, do you find that, because it's great if it looks great and it's all of this, but do you find that the kids are responding, I guess, or they being more inquisitive, or they make more initiative? Do you find that they are learning, the interest in learning?
I think so, yes. I really do. It's just a difference in my room. It's a different group of kids. That's every year. But this group, this year, I'm like, wow, I don't want to get rid of you guys. I want to keep you. You know, they work together so well and just.
And when did you start?
The end of
September, maybe the end of September. End of September.
I think it helps the humility that they know what this was started for.
Yes.
And you wouldn't find sweeter, more humble children that really care. They just really care. It's great.
Now, have y'all taken any measures as a school? Like, is it something that y'all, what grade? This is second grade?
This is second grade.
So are y'all looking at any ways of, I guess, scaling it with other classes? Or is it right now you just still pretty, well, I guess September is just really still starting. But I'm just saying, I can see, well, I'm going to take it to our science teacher. I'm saying, look, you know, we need to at least try this, you know. Because I can see how you could scale it up and you could actually get more in depth with it. You could make the lessons, you know, go deeper with the lessons with older kids, I'm thinking, get more into the chemistry of it and the different things of it. I'm just thinking there's a lot of practical opportunities and learning opportunities with this and with a simple project.
Very simple. Very, very simple.
But it would be interesting to see if any of the second graders who are involved in this carry this interest in learning beyond the SOAP project and beyond this year. And it wouldn't surprise me if they did. I mean,
well, the opportunity has to be there.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's what you kind of setting the stage for, fairly or unfairly, that those second graders, what happened to get in the third grade, you know, what happened to get in the fourth grade, you know, they've had a wonderful experience and learning experience. I think then we create a situation where we have to provide them
with that.
Some type of.
I've even had the children come down the hall and go, they're making soap, because you can smell it all over the school, and the sixth graders go, why you didn't do it for me?
Yeah.
You know. So, but,
well, it'll be interesting to see how this develops. But I'm curious how you're going to keep up with the demand.
We may have to do some after school time.
We are too.
But that's good.
We have to do some after school time.
And get parents involved and things of that nature. And I just see this as such a wonderful opportunity for a learning environment. You know, may have to go outside of your classroom eventually at some point. But yeah, you can get your parents involved, and just to imagine that opportunity to bring parents in. Because a lot of times the education environment doesn't lend itself to parents participating. And I know some schools, they I do believe West End, they have some things after school where parents participate. So I can see this at Maine, bringing some of those parents in,
that would be great.
getting involved.
That would be really great.
But I am curious the fact that now that you have this, and it's just like the beginning of the year. So do you see this, or so have you looked down the road and say, you know, this is something you institute every year with your second grade?
I was thinking, I can do this next year with my next group of kids. Because they see it, they smell it, and they go, okay, we're going to do this next year. I already had a kindergarten little boy say, I'm going to be in your class. Okay. Because his brother's in my class, and he's going, I'm going to make soap, right? I'm like, okay. Okay. So, yes.
Well, if someone should see the show and want to get some soap, what do they do?
Just come by the school between the hours of 8 o'clock and 2:30, and someone in the office should get you some. We used to try to keep some in the office. And if they want an order, just call the school, 706-295-7180, and place your order, and we'll get it out for you.
And if and y'all are funding this out of y'all pockets.
Yes.
So if they want to make a donation, that allow you to
Yes,
keep doing
absolutely.
this, they're more than welcome to do that as
Yes,
well.
absolutely.
As Lisa mentioned, like these were donated, some of the ribbons and all, any things like that very much helped. A lot of the teachers really, kind of dug in and got things like that, stickers and things like that, but definitely any money would be
Ribbons
very
and
appreciated.
molds. And I see you're pretty creative with that. I mean, there's some thread and some different things.
That was scrapbooking paper.
Yes.
Question: Now, have you cut off the different cents? I mean, do you have like these are our 10 cents, or are you still experimenting with different cents?
Sometimes I'm like, what is that? Because they'll mix different things, and we'll go, that don't smell so good. Let's remelt it down. Or, wow, that smells great. What did you do? So, in the newspaper, we said we had these scents, but the other day, a little boy mixed something. I'm like, what is that? It smelled really great. He said, well, I'm making this for a man. And he made it, the color's gray. And I thought, okay. So at this point, because they're experimenting themselves and trying different little things, it's like, you really just need to come by and smell and see what you like. We'll have
Or
those
just-
basic scents, but
Or
sometimes
just say,
they
look,
just...
I want X amount, and you just
Exactly,
you
you
just put
just-
me a little pack together, and I go with that.
Yes.
Or even if someone said my bathroom is yellow, we could try to come up with something for that. Or if you have ducks and you want something,
So roughly, how much soap have you sold to date?
Oh, maybe about...
The amount,
The amount, about
money.
Yeah. No, it's about actual bars. How many bars have you sold?
Oh, I haven't even counted the bars. But maybe about $300 worth so far.
And
Wow. So that's
are you
about
using that
$100 bars?
You're using that to pay yourself back?
No, we're not going to pay ourselves back. We just want to...
Teachers,
Killing
man.
it. I know them. I know the teacher. I know teachers.
You got to reinvest it. You got to reinvest it.
Well, I'm really impressed with this, and I think it's obviously going to grow. You may have to incorporate.
Our own children have
Yes.
very much been involved, and there's been times where we've met at each other's houses or and other teachers. Miss Ray isn't here with us today, but she's the other second grade teacher, and she's come, and we've had to, we got to hurry up and do this because of an order.
I'm just thinking, now the business part of that could be another project for another class. Honestly, the actual business aspect of it. You got one class making the soap. It's a school project. It really could grow into a school project where you have maybe the third or the fourth grade actually doing the business model. So,
well, we're coming up on another break. When we get back, we will give you some contact information so you can have some Soapbox Kids soap of your own. Stay with us.
My college offers classes that meet my educational and career goals.
With opportunities outside the classroom.
Where the faculty know me by name.
My college can prepare me for my career.
I can earn an associate's degree and transfer credits toward my bachelor's.
My college is a state college within the university system of Georgia.
My college is affordable.
It's close to home.
My college has online opportunities.
It's where excellence begins.
We are
GHC, Georgia Highlands College.
Welcome back to Community Watch. We've been talking with Lisa Johnson and Jenny Duke about soap that they are helping their students make at Maine Elementary, Soapbox Kids. And if you are interested in getting some of this soap or making a donation of some kind of materials, or just helping, you can call the school at 706-295-7180. And they're going to be closed for a couple of weeks over the break, 16th through the 3rd, something like that. But you'll have an opportunity. Make sure that you help out this great project. Thank y'all for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
And we'll see you next time on Community Watch.